They go back to Pollard on second down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
We'll talk all the time about these hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers will take over possession here at the 44. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. On the move past the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Rodgers. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The kick by Crosby is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40. 20. He will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Prescott with a throw caught by Lamb. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Mara, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. Touchdown! Alan Lazard, 34 yards. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And they're back with a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no shot at another touchdown here as he'll take a knee and bring this one out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings him 4.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Prescott to throw on fourth. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on fourth down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they convert on fourth, and now from just outside the 30, here's first and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard to the 27-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
46. 47.
Here's Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Pollard. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Nixon now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. On first down, Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Malik Hooker, and the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Carr to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there at Raider first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Open man, that's Renfro. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'm going to get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of approach, though.
That's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big, or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good. I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on the 3rd line pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. This is a tough place on the field to take the sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Faking the give. Now Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Watson now to throw. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And when the time has expired on the first quarter, 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Watson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And some room to run now. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6